Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BGCS Week 4, Day 2. And joining me today is GCI. How are you doing today, lad?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, just had 3 hours of RSC, so I'm a bit tired. I'm not feeling the best, but I'm here, and I'm excited for this game. How are you doing, Dwarf?
Yeah, I'm good, and all the better for seeing this match. Interstellar against Clinical Masterminds. The two teams that are flawless, 3-0, perfect score. They've not dropped a single game. So it'll be interesting to see how one of them will end up taking a loss and how they react to it, to be honest. Because if you're used to 3-0ing, then you're getting into that mindset. We're going to 3-0 every time. We're gonna
Very
destroy
much.
everything.
Mm.
So one team has to lose. And GCI, which team is that going to be?
I mean, one, it would be nice if you joined the game.
Uh,
Two,
yeah, bring
uh,
me in.
I think Clinical. I think Interstellar Esports are definitely a very strong team. As they've shown. But I think Clinical are the better team. And I think uh, Clinical as a whole. No offense to Interstellar, but I think Clinical uh will outplay Interstellar with speed and mechanics and things like that. So I'm gonna go. I think Clinical win this and Interstellar take their first loss. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna err on the same side as you. I do have something to say though, having just scrimmed them, and I do quote unquote scrim because half of it was 2v2. Um, Jonah didn't get back until like 25-9, so
Ah,
he wasn't, you know, around for all of it. He's not totally warm, but he is still a good player, and he still performed really well in the scrims. So let's see whether he can translate into the actual match. He tends to do sort of similar in scrims as he does in the actual match. So yeah, I do think it's like a clinical mastermind 3-1. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna count Interstellar out. I think they do have the capabilities of taking it, but they have to play as a team, and they
yeah,
do have to pre-jump Reptic and Trixer a lot.
yeah, 100%.
So without further ado, we may as well get into the game.
Yeah, I think Toxo's just finishing something off, and then I think we'll be ready.
Yeah. So let us know in chat who have you got, Clinical Masterminds or Interstellar as we head into it. I'm excited to see the result of this one. I think this is one of the better matches of uh this week in terms of entertainment wise.
Hmm.
So let's get into it. Interstellar taking possession first off, perhaps towards Aburud. I'm not exactly sure how to say that, but I call him Abu.
Yeah.
Brizinger. That's just past Jonah. Reptic
Oh,
misses as well. He's just trying to take the first goal. What's happened here?
I'm very bamboozled. I think Jonah just misread that, and I mean, it's going to be hard for Reptic. But obviously he is that GC. He's a very good GC. He should realistically be saving those, but happens to the best of us. They just gotta brush it off and keep playing.
Yeah, it's the go next mentality, especially with Reptic. He's got so much experience playing in leagues. That's not going to phase him all that much.
Yeah, 100%.
Knocked back into the middle, not towards anyone though. Jonah, zero boost and a dream. Can't get it past Paps, but it lands straight to Trixer, and that's past Reptic. They've been playing very aggressively and very far up, so be looking for those counterattacks there from Interstellar. See Reptic go for the flip reset. There's a double save there coming out from Interstellar. Now back down to the blue half. Trixer struggling with this one. There's a good challenge from Paps. Pressure could have been kept on, but no one went for the ball. That's put mid by Raptic. No follow-up once again. Seems the champs are struggling to keep up with their GCs on both teams.
Yeah, agreed. Jonah playing it to Reptic. I think Jonah wanted the ball there, but Reptic took it off. Trying to do something here. Trying to play middle, but can't. It's a good bump from Paps. Paps with the miss. Tricks are trying to play it to Reptic, but no, nothing comes of it. Jonah on the wall. Gets the bang. Gets a +1 as well. Paps just to get it away. And Abu trying to read it, but can't. That's a good clear, and that's no one's back, and that's a shot from Reptic, and that is a goal from Reptic. I'm not 100% sure what happened to Interstellar's defense, but bit of an overcommit.
Yeah, just positioned way too far out. We've seen that a lot this week so far, even though it's only been 2 days. We saw it a lot in the Team Unseen match, and now we're seeing it a lot in this one, where I think Reptic positioning far up is a strange one, because even in the scrims he was playing really deep, and he'd sort of go for big aerial plays across pitch. Wherever he's lost that confidence that he had in scrims is yet to be left. But there's Brooksies with a double commit, and now he gets to follow up off it. I don't know how that's worked out for him.
Reptic's just gone for boosts. Look, I think he thought Tricks or Jonah was there. I mean, that's got to be a miscommunication there.
Yeah, I mean, what I see from a lot of the champs is, you know, they've got the ability to hit the ball well, at least most of the time. And there's another. That's 2 weeks in a row. Jonah's done that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he did that last week.
Yeah. No, I believe it was against my team in the first game week. He got a dodgy double tap.
He loves his dodgy double taps, does Jonah.
Yeah. I mean, at least he scores, you know.
Yeah.
Said it doesn't matter.
It's all square, 2-2. A Reptic. He does seem to be the initiator for this team. He is the driving force in offense. Paves the way for Jonah and Trixer. His Trixer, I mean, the stats speak for themselves for Trixer. He's the best performing in terms of stats on clinical masterminds. So
yeah,
get him in front of there, it'll be fine. Get them to overcommit, and perhaps he's going to take advantage. It's back and forth this game already. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be proven wrong. I mean, I know you can't really judge much off the first game, but also you can. And Interstellar just doing really well. But as I say that, Jonah gets a kickoff goal. It is really like a game of ping pong right now, Dorf.
I feel like both teams have just sort of agreed to just not play defense.
Yeah.
And just sort of have at it. You know, who's got the better offense? Let's see. You know, 2 minutes to go. Let's see if we can get both teams to 10 goals, you know? Out of a 20-goal game. I mean, been for about 7 years, but
the way it's going, it does look like that might be what's happening.
Oh, that's a weird one. There's a knockback. Players swapping teams, it looks like. There's Ramsey with the shot, perhaps with a clutch save there. Now out from Brooksies and Trixer. Mechanical play off the backboard. Gets a good clear from Paps. Back into the mixer from Reptic. Towards no one though. Has to be chased down by Jonah, and it's going to be quelled by Interstellar.
Paps going for a challenge against Trixer. Trixer wins the 50. Reptic takes the ball. Goes high. Tries to go for the flip set. Plays it low. Doesn't come anything of it. And Jonah quite awkward. Paps goes for a challenge. But can't. And that's not good for Interstellar. Can't do anything with it though.
Oh, Jonah with the backflip. I had a feeling it was a bit too close anyway, but this pressure from Clinical Masterminds, they've got the shots to back themselves up, but Interstellar having an insane amount of, like, what? 2 goals, 0 shots from Brooksies, by the way. Let that be known. Infinity shot to goal ratio. Love that from him. Oh, that's going to go in!
Oh.
What?
trying to think of words, but it's not. It's,
yeah, I know
my
words
mouth's
are
just not-
difficult.
Yeah, I'm thinking words, but not saying words. And mystifies during the game. I don't think that's allowed.
No, I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think it's allowed either. But
Yeah.
Jonah taking this one out. As long as he doesn't join the actual teams, it's fine still. Tricks are trying to take this mid. Brazinga can't get that on target. Perhaps. Zero boost. Not able to make anything of it. Now Reptic, middle for Jonah. Let's get a pinch. Middle, and he gets the shot off. Perhaps with the save. Now Reptic back in. He needs to make something now. 0 seconds. Popping up in front of net. That's got to be sent down. The Interstellar take the first game.
I'm bamboozled.
I'm not. Clinical Masterminds did not play defense. So, if you don't play defense, and the opponent have shots on target, in fact, more than on target, 2 goals, 1 shot from Brazinga, they're gonna win. 5 saves from Interstellar probably won them the game. I don't think it was the fact, they got 5 shots. And Jonah alone got 4. So it wasn't a matter of pressure. It was just a matter of one team played defense, one team didn't.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, no team going for a timeout yet, and I think that's fair. Clinical Mastermind do tend to sort of warm up in a series. They get, the first game lost from them, which is wild. It'd be crazy, even crazier if Interstellar win this 3-0. That's a possibility. So far, our predictions looking in jeopardy. So we see Interstellar take the first game, looking to keep the momentum going into the second match. And Clinical Masterminds finding themselves trailing. Not a position they find themselves in often at all. Sent down the blue half for Reptic out. He's looking to create something more. I think Reptic. He's not looking too potent. I think he's been really good at getting the ball out and towards his teammates. It's just the passes never seem to link up properly. See, Tricks are going up for an area play. Reptic down with the shot and he misses. Reptic saying he's coming out of the sun, but I'm not sure he is, to be honest. He's not played terrifically this match.
Tricks are taking control. Gets a 50 with Paps. Paps plays it to Brazinga. Reptic plays it to the wall to Jonah. Jonah gets beat. Tricks with a miss. Brazinga trying to play it middle. Tricks again with a miss. Reptic's there. Tricks again.
Oh, there's a good 50 there from Brazinga for Abu. Abu following this one up. Does get bumped off the ceiling now. Gets the flip and there's a double commit on that. Perhaps just needed to wait 1 more second. Trust his teammate. Trixie off the backboard. There's a free shot for Jonah. He sends it massively over. Reptic, another shot off the crossbar, down and in. I feel like that's a massive miss chance for Interstellar.
Jonah. What a talk about that.
It was a pass. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely was screaming after that.
I've never known Jonah to scream, but if he were, probably would be after that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, the pass. Abu with a really nice clear downfield. Again, trying to get something middle. I feel like Abu's been playing quite well this match so far, trying to create stuff. His teammate hasn't been there. Trickster with an insanely powerful flip reset. Someone clip that.
Done already.
Done already. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's that's absolute class from him.
I mean, he's so mechanical. He's, in my opinion, top like top tier champs for this season, especially in mechanical wise. If you saw it in my game against them,
Ooh.
he absolutely dogged on my team, and he's done it again. I mean, he's a brilliant player. Definitely can't leave him in the air. Can't let him have any time whatsoever. Otherwise, that's just going to happen to you constantly.
I think that's what makes Clinical Masterminds such a difficult team to play against. You know, you've got Reptic to worry about in the air, and then you've got Trixer. And then Jonas there just as clean up, in my
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah,
If you've got to pre-jump 2 players, and then you've got to deal with someone else just shooting at your net, you're running out of players. It does feel like you're playing against 4 players when you're playing against Clinical.
Yeah.
It's going to go to a backboard. Jonah can't read that. There's Centel. That's going to be cleared away. Things seem to be a bit more disconjointed for Interstellar's match, not clicking the way that they want it to. Whereas Clinical Masterminds, they found their groove. They've got their confidence up now from those 2 goals. It'd be interesting to see whether Interstellar can come back in this match or whether we're going to equalize in the series.
Yeah. I mean, I believe in Interstellar. They definitely have potential to win this. But I don't know. I have a feeling they're very nervous because this is probably their what's the word?
Most difficult matchup.
Yeah, and this the game they want to win if they want a chance of coming first. Obviously, they do have a chance of coming first, but seeing how Clinical are playing at the minute, it doesn't look like any team's going to beat them. You know.
Yeah, I definitely think that you've got your far and away favourite in Clinical. However, Interstellar already taking a game is, it was said about my match yesterday. You said it was impressive that we even took a game, let alone taking them to game 5. I think a similar thing could be said about this match. With Interstellar already taking the first game, and now it's Clinical Masterminds looking like they're going to be taking a second. But
yeah,
seeing the performance from both these teams is, whilst I do think you've got slightly more stacked conference for Ballbusters, by no means too much easier for the Wall Thrusters conference. That is an interesting talking point for me. It's comparing the 2.
Yeah, 100%. And it looks to be Clinical taking this next game to make it 1-1. Very.
I think it was in charge. They were in charge of that.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to Trixer especially. He even though he's only scored one of their goals, it always felt like he was there and challenging. And he was always going for fairy sails, backboard shots. All of that creates pressure. And Interstellar getting 2 saves, 3 shots, is a completely different side that we're seeing now from Interstellar. They're just not able to make those connections out of defense. Maybe you need to feed the ball to Paps more. Maybe you need to turtle up and then explode out of defense. Because you're not going to outscore Clinical, realistically. If they're on form, you're not outscoring Clinical.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And also, I'm seeing Abu with a lot of ping at the minute.
I was thinking all of them with a lot of ping.
Yeah, that can't be too. That can't be that good for them.
96,
oh God,
68.
Yeah.
So that is a disadvantage. They might be used to playing with it, but it's a disadvantage nonetheless. With 16, 20, 16 on the other team, it's quite the comparison.
Yeah, because although they have the higher ping, they are definitely doing well with it.
Yeah, I mean they're showing up already. I don't think much more else can be said. Abu with an incredible touch there. Slowing down in midfield now. Raptic taking this one up. He's not going to get anything from it. Not really gaining anything from it either. There's a beat out there. Jonah gets beat. A Raptic, low boost. Punting that one out. Now, perhaps taking this one mid for Brizinga. Does miss it, but still not looking too one-sided so far in this match. All it takes is one mistake, though, and that's it.
Yeah. Especially for Interstellar. You know, Clinical are all an offensive team when they don't have Brooks.
I think even when they do have Brooks.
Yeah, but they're definitely more. They definitely have like a lot more defense when they have Brooks.
Ooh, almost got in. Pressure slowly starting to shift over for Clinical. They seem to be able to knock the ball around a bit easier than Interstellar do. Oh, there's a miss though. Abu with the shot. Reptic with quite honestly a vital save and one that he should be making, but for his teammates to be putting him in that position is not a good sign.
Zinga playing it, getting it past one. Reptic, nearly missing that. Good 50 from Paps. Tricks it up, plays it back to Paps, but Paps misses, and that gets a pinch back into Interstellar's half. Zinga's there. Getting an unfortunate dribble.
Oh, it flipped too early. If he got that redirect, that would have been tasty.
Oh, yeah. I could deal with a big tasty. I'm not
honestly. Big tasty. I'd have that for dinner, you know.
Yeah.
Getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Jonah.
Instead of trying to create some pressure, they're keeping it on. Abu, middle for Pabs. He's just too close. I get the impression that Interstellar are getting a bit impatient. They're trying to force plays happening, rush their touches, just trying to get it out and into offense. All they're doing is getting it as far as the Clinical sides, and they're just collecting it relatively easily. The Brzinga can't get the shot off either. Into the corner now for Reptic. Good 50 for Paps. Trickser. Not anything on it. And not a good challenge from Abu. There's a good bump there from Trickser and a dunk from Jonah. Offense being created and a good defensive play there from Paps.
Right, so with a pre-jump, Tricks is up. Tries to get the shot. Can't quite get it. Jonah's up. Paps already pre-jumping him. Now Reptic. Shadowing. Can he get the shot? Zinga. First game of this game.
I needed to challenge that, you know. Like, just turn. Like, just get any amount of challenge towards the corner. Whoever was rotating back at that time, the person back is not in a suitable position to make that save. It's your choice to go.
Yeah, I believe Trickser had that as well. I think Reptic bumped him, though. Well, that was a good play from Brzinga. Now Paps playing it high.
He's playing a bit more safe as Paps. I think he's realised that he doesn't need to be the all-out offense because Reptic is just a better player. So he needs to play a bit more smart, a bit more in tune with his teammates. And that's what I think he's been doing, especially with Brzinga this match. You know, in the first match. Okay. What? Where's the defense? Jonah just flipping too early. Reptic not realizing his teammate missed, and a free goal for Pubs.
I'm not gonna lie, even if Jonah did play that across net, Brzinga was there, and I think he could have easily backflipped and got that on target and scored.
Wow. Interstellar, again, without taking any timeout, has, on their own volition, looking like they're going to take this next match, barring an absolute godsend from Clinical. You know, they need a goal within the next 10 seconds and then a kickoff goal to come back into it, which is it's just not looking likely at this point.
It's not good for Interstellar. But mind you, they're 2 goals up with 10 seconds left. They
Ooh.
can't really complain. And Jonah there, getting a goal. This could be it.
You play it back. You play it back. You go for a directional kickoff, so then you can waste some time with it coming back to you. You then slam it upfield, waste some more time, and put it down. That's the play that Interstellar need to make. Are they going to do it though?
No.
No, they're not.
But that is a good kickoff. But that's not good for them now. Brasinger
Oh, the
needs to
miss
hit
as
that.
well. It's going to be kept up, but it's an awkward hit. Now Reptic, it's his job to keep it up. He does so, but there's a good challenge from Brasinger. The shot, and that's down. Interstellar 2-1 up. That's crazy.
Reptic's taken a timeout. So
Time
that's
out.
3 minutes on the clock. Starting from now. I mean, he's the last person I would have thought would have taken this timeout.
Nah, I think that's a good choice from him. You know, he knows what he wants out of his team. He's not getting it, so he needs to talk them through it, right? I don't think this is a timeout, again, similar to, well, not quite the same level, but a similar situation in that it's not a mentality thing, I don't think. I think it's more of a playstyle thing, because Clinical Mastermind, on paper, are the better team, and it's not close. But Interstellar, they just seem to have something about them. They're able to piece together plays so much easier than Clinical are.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do, G-Side? Do you send your players in? Do you, take 50s? Do you send the ball to Reptic more? Do you launch it? What do you do?
Play in the air. They Clinical definitely, if they play it in the air, they have an advantage for sure. Because Jonah, yes, he's mechanical. Tricks are very mechanical. Reptic very mechanical. Them three very mechanical as a team. And I think if they use their comms and their awareness, I think they can make some decent plays in the air. And I think Reptic is also going to be telling them to just go. But I think Jonah, I don't know, I have a feeling Jonah's not going to do that and he's going to sit third man.
I could see that being a game plan, though. I could see Trickster being sent to ball chase, Reptic to react, and then Jonah to be third man so that he can bang it up. I can see that being a game plan. I could also say, look, if you're third man, let the 2 people up chase and be the main rotation, and then as soon as someone rotates back, like as soon as they turn, you can go. But like sitting deep so that you can get big bangs up and redirects, redirect onto the backboard for a double tap. I can see those plays happening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do think you need that person sitting further back because they've been caught off. You know, they've overcommitted, a counter-attack happens, and then they concede. That's happened so many times this series. They just need to be a bit more calm, a bit more sort of, not laid back, but systematic with their attacks. They're way too sort of erratic.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if Jonah's, because Jonah is like, he can play third man, definitely, but I mean he's definitely got to work on it. But if he does just bang it out, and Trixel or Reptic, they definitely have potential to score an absolute banger of a redirect. So that could be the play for them, but you know, we just got to watch and see what happens, I guess.
One thing to also touch on, we haven't seen a passing play from Clinical Masterminds. That's very indicative of how they're playing. If they're not passing, they're not feeling it. You know, every time we've seen them play well, they've been passing. And here we see one now already. There's a backboard touch for, can't quite get it there from Reptic. Some missed chances already from Clinical. Interstellar, all they need is one breakthrough chance, and then they've got it. You know, I think mentality will start to come into it. There's a good touch off the backboard. Reptic trying to get the turnover, the pass over. Redick trying to scramble together some resemblance of pressure. Is not able to get that out to Trixer. Here we see the counter attack there. Jonah getting a touch. That's going to be sent wide.
I can already tell you that. Oh my, Clinical are chasing already.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, what a touch!
It is. They are. I mean, I can also see Reptix playing a deep third man when he rotates back, which is good. But yeah, they are chasing and they're going for everything, not letting them have time.
They got nothing to lose, right? They may as well full send.
Yeah.
Oh, saying that, they might have something to risk. Especially if you don't play that third deep. If you've got two people full sending it, and then your last also full sends. It's what we've been saying. The theme of the whole match is who's playing defense, and it's been whoever's playing more defense has been winning.
Yeah, and it's looks to be Interstellar in a minute, but it's either going to be Game 5 or Interstellar 3-1. You know, so
a
Clinical
good result for Interstellar either way. I might say.
Yes. I strongly agree with that. You know, people put them not as high as they are right now, and how high they could be if they potentially win this game. But a lot of people think, putting their predictions that they're going to be like mid-table.
He's not lower, to be honest.
No, but it's definitely. Definitely not where people think they're going to be and what they are now. So where they win this, they are going to be a very strong team to beat in the future.
Well, I also think Reptic came into this with a lot of confidence. He was like, I'll just 3-0 them. And then look at all this. That was almost another goal there for Interstellar. They're holding themselves strong, especially Paps this match. I think he's stepped up a decent amount. I don't think he's playing the all-out aggressor that I think he has been in previous matches, but I think he's always been there. He's always been that sort of rock in defense and getting the ball to his teammates. I think Abu's been a very solid player as well. But we do see some pressure coming out on Trixer with a pass off Reptic. That's going to be a big sigh of relief, that.
Yeah, agreed. Trixer is not letting anyone have any time with the ball. He sees ball, he goes ball. And he's not.
Way to play Rocket League, that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be annoying, but it's how they've got to play if they want to stay in this.
Oh, this could be a chance though for Paps, and he gets it off the backboard. Reptic can't read the play properly, and Paps, what a wonderful read that is off the sidewall. Gets the read off the backboard, sneaks that one in, and we're all tied up again.
Abu just putting unboosted in the chat. I mean,
he's not boosted one bit. I think he's performing extremely well.
Yeah, especially for a champ.
Brooksies he does get a touch, but it's not good enough. Abu with a dunk. They do call him the Derry Dunker for a reason. Perhaps trying to initiate something. Brooksies. Good cut here off the sidewall. Gets another touch over Jonah. Trying to get this over Reptic. That's never going to happen. With 30 seconds remaining in this match. Interstellar holding pressure now. Out of the midfield is Trixer. But Jonah, backboard for Paps. Last chance of the game, realistically. Interstellar are on it. They need to keep it up, though.
I have a feeling Clinical are going to get a last-second goal. I don't know.
Oh, people are running away from the ball right now. If I were Interstellar, I'd after this chance, I'd put it straight down. To be honest.
Oh yeah,
the pressure's not on you. The onus is on the Clinical Masterminds to perform, and that's a banger. That's going to be sent down though, and overtime.
Smart decision by Jonah, just leaving that, because I know what he's like. Probably would have scored that goal.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, good decision.
Ooh.
That might be.
Oh,
Ooh.
that went high. That would have been a goal, I reckon.
Yeah, that was nearly the end of Clinical's run through for this, but it's still going. Only 20 seconds in. It's looking like a bit of ping pong again. That's a miss from Bazinga. Trickster. Trying to stay on this, but...
Perhaps. Zero Boost Maniac. We know him. Boo. Waiting for the mistake. Doesn't come out. There's a double commit. Reptic off the backboard. There's the shot. There's the goal.
Oh, yeah.
6 seconds in. Yeah, I mean...
That is a way to go into Game 5.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted it. We asked for it. We got it. These boys certainly know how to put a match on. We've been getting more and more 3-2s recently, and I'm here for it, you know.
What a absolute banger of a shot to go into Game 5.
I'm honestly, yeah, I'm honestly on board with Interstellar for this one. I think if it were me, I would. But yeah, I mean, if you can't wait to get into the next game, then yeah, fair enough. For me, I'm thinking, okay, Reptic scoring 100% of his shots. That's a worry.
Yeah.
Trickster's creating a lot of pressure. Jonah's creating a lot of pressure, and they're playing well in defense. Again, all comes down to that defense. So, as Interstellar, you're thinking awareness, right? You're thinking, where is my teammate? Where can I be to support him? Or her, whatever.
Yeah.
I agree with that sentiment, Toxo. Plain GCI. It's all his fault.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I
failed.
So, yeah, heading into the last match, Clinical versus Interstellar. All it takes is for one of these teams to get an early lead and hold on to it, or maybe we go for a.
I just jumped out my seat.
Talk about an early lead. We've got a Boo forcing a mistake out of Reptic, perhaps with an easy shot, and no one's there to make the save.
That's where they need Brooks. Brooks would have saved that. He's always third man. He's the best third man.
I would have been going for a demo 5 seconds in.
Yeah, but demos and that's what they need to do. They need to probably, Jonah, I would say, try and take Brooksies' role playing third man demos, because they do that, as you saw last season. They won BGCS, obviously, and they won it because of Brooksy. Well, not just because of Brooksy.
I think it was an amalgamation of the whole team, but yeah, I get the sentiment.
Yeah, and I think Jonah should implement what Brooksy does, and I think if he does that, goes for demos, I think they win a lot easier than they are now.
Well, they're not winning, so yeah, injecting some demos might invigorate the whole team. Allow for some more plays to happen, because they're relying on outplays, and I mean, clearly by the scoreboard it's not working. So what do you do to change it? Well, you remove the defenders from the play. There's no defenders. It's a free goal, right? That's how it's supposed to work, right?
Well, it's a free goal anyway, even if there's someone in there, it's still possible to go in.
An open goal, yeah.
Exactly.
Pressure being held up by Clinicals so far. Not able to get the finishing blow. Trickster, knock on. Again, not really directed towards anyone. These passing plays need to come out from Clinical. That's how they perform well. Get some demos, get some passing in, and I think maybe they've got some life in this match. But so far, they've not shown us anything too sort of dangerous. They're not. That's a
Oh,
brilliant spawn there from
that's-
Jonah.
yeah. I mean, obviously, Jonah was telling Rocket League, please just spawn me there.
He was holding
And-
right on both analog sticks. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Oh,
And that's
what a
just,
save!
oh, what a save! You just jumped out of my chair again. I'm
Lost
speechless.
for words, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these games have been. Oh,
As the league's gone on, man, more and more being on the line, more and more interesting matches. I feel.
yeah.
We started off with a lot of 3-0s, 3-1s. Nowadays, we're getting more 3-2s, which is, as a viewer, as a caster, is more and more entertaining.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, because at the start of the season, there's a lot of 3-1s, 3-0s.
Oh.
And that's a shot from these goals. Oh my god.
This is not what Reptic was expecting out of this game at all. He came in, guns blazing, like, I'm going to win this, I'm going to, it shouldn't be too difficult. No, we're going to Game 5, and Interstellar are up 2-0. And Abu perhaps linking up, as always, both playing exceptionally well in this last match.
Yeah. I mean, Clinical, they still have plenty of time to get their goals, but they just need to. They need to switch up how they're playing because it is not working at all. And that is an open net, and that is a goal for Paps.
The Hattie is here.
Oh my goodness.
3 goals, 3 saves, 3 shots. Is exactly what you want out of your GC, to be honest. He's played incredibly.
Oh, he is so underrated. But after this game, he's not going to be underrated. He's going to be.
No, not at all.
Man's put on an unbelievable performance.
We're just not going to talk about the 54 points from Brisinger, by the way.
Yeah,
glitch in the matrix.
And
what a shot! Clip that.
Holy moly.
That's...
Trickshot, you've been clipped on.
Jonah's been clipped on. The whole team's been clipped on.
GG's. Well played.
Yeah, that's got to be nailed in a coffin.
I mean...
1 minute 30 is technically possible, but mental shot, 4 goals in it, you just waste a bit of time, and that's got to be it, to be honest. I think, it's a bit harsh to call it garbage time already, but with just over a minute remaining, I'm not sure there's much Clinical can do, and we're looking at an Interstellar taking 3-2 from Clinical Masterminds.
I mean,
doesn't...
still time.
There's some life in it. If they can do that, they've got to score a goal every 20 seconds on average. So, tall order, and especially if Interstellar take another goal, then it's looking more and more unlikely.
But
yeah, it's been a really entertaining match, to be honest. Rivals, I don't think quite beats Team versus Unseen, but it comes extremely close.
Oh, 100%. As I was saying earlier as well, Paps put on an unbelievable performance, playing against one of the best GCs in BGCS and putting on this type of performance is unbelievable.
Maybe he's not one of the best GCs in BGCS anymore after this performance.
And that is possible.
It is possible.
Clinical.
They were in this position before, though, and they didn't convert it, so...
But they have so much more pressure on them now, though.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what I said in that other game, directional kickoff to the back left or right, and they do it this time. They get the big bang, they waste some time as a pass into the middle. Abu can't get on top of it again. 20 seconds remaining. Brisinger can't get anything from that off the backboard. There's a touch again off the backboard. Abu with an incredible save. Now 10 seconds, 2 goals. It's not looking likely. There's a double tap off the backboard again. And now we truly are in garbage time. It's not looking likely at all. That's going to be it. Wow.
That is... Do you know what? In terms of... how do I put this? In terms of... Yeah, this was better than your game. Because...
Really?
Yeah. In my opinion, it was more
maybe
entertaining.
playing this one, but Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, absolutely well played to both teams. I mean, wasn't feeling great before this started, but I am feeling good. I am feeling good now. Not because Clinical lost, because it was just
It was such a good match, yeah.
it was outstanding. The level of gameplay was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, their team name says it all. You know, they played Interstellar. You know, I feel like they are still like before this match they were still underrated. You know, people thought we thought Clinical take this easy. We get into it and it's like, oh, it's not so easy, is it?
Yeah, but you know, there's still quite a few weeks left, so no places are set. So
three weeks left after this one.
Yeah, still plenty of time.
Well, both these teams, neither of them are in danger. This was just whoever keeps top. So
yeah, and
I'm sure they'll continue to show form, both of these teams, and I'm sure we'll see them both in playoffs.
Yeah, but if I'm just hoping that doesn't set Clinical back. But I'm not. I'm sure it won't. I think Interstellar now do go on and win every single game. I don't think at this point there is no team stopping them.
No, I think they've crossed over the biggest hurdle now.
Yeah, I'm very scared to play them.
To be fair, you know, seeing Corinthians beat Resurrection and then Miracle beat Resurrection, it's like this team was, you know, thought to be one of the top two teams, and then they drop 2 games just like that, and it just goes to show like you can lose any game. No matter how good you think you are, you can lose any game.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, of course. But the momentum Interstellar now have beating the best team in this conference is crazy. Now, I do believe they go on to win every single game and possibly go into the finals. You know, for the playoffs. But you know, you just got to stay here and wait until that comes around.
4 weeks away for the playoffs, 3 weeks left of league players. We've got, after this week, we've got a week of transfer window, which is worth mentioning, I feel. A few teams are already sort of in talks, and we'll bring this up on the next podcast. We've got some interesting sort of movements going on, roster mania of our own, if you will. But yeah, we've got one match on tomorrow, I believe. I can't remember what time it is. I think it's either 7 or 8.
I believe it's 8 o'clock. I might be crossing that one again. But yeah, well played to both teams. I couldn't have asked for a better game.
Honestly. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you all next time. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you watch all the YouTube videos, and watch them all through fully so that we get the watch time. And
yeah,
we'll see you in the Discord.
Appreciate everyone for joining.
See you later.